What's up, good people? When I say good people, I mean God's people. Hey, today we got a lot to talk about. DoorDash IPO today, and tech took a tank. All right, we're going to talk about that. But more importantly, I'm going to show you guys something way more important than that. I'm doing an experiment on how to double your money in 30 to 45 days. Okay, that and more right after the intro. So let's get right into it. All right, so DoorDash IPO'd and it ran up 85% after the IPO. So for those of you that don't know, when a company, the IPO for you newbies, is when a private company becomes public. And so it could be traded on the stock market, so they can raise funds, right? So at IPO, initial public offering, something like that. But it IPO'd, and what most people don't know is that when it first becomes public, they don't open it up to you and I. They open it up to institutional buyers first. They get first dibs, right? And so that causes the price to run up, right? And then when we are able to buy in, because Airbnb is going to do the same thing. When we're able to buy in, the price is already higher than what they said it was going to IPO at. Okay, so now you get in, it has already ran up 85% within seconds, right? And so now you're buying it 85% higher than what the institutions bought in at. So yeah, it's the way it is. We have no control of that. So I didn't get it. I'm going to see if there is a pullback. I just don't chase bulls anymore. You know, sometimes you do, but right here, I'm not chasing this bull. And let's see if there's a little pullback. If not, you know, then that's a bull that I missed. And I still might get in. I want some of this in my portfolio. I am going to eventually get it. I just don't know where, and I can't tell you guys where. All I can tell you is I wasn't chasing that bull, right? But good stock, plenty of growth. It's going to grow over a period of time. Something that you put into your portfolio long term, all right? So if you guys expect to make money on this by tomorrow opening bell, for a lot of you guys, come on, all right? I can always tell when somebody's been trading for a day. All right, let's keep it moving. So the rest of the tech took a hit. Speaking of tech, let's talk about Tesla. Tesla is not a car company. It's a tech company. And I posted a video saying, now's the time to buy. I'm buying these dips. Today was another day to buy the dips. But remember, just like I left in a comment, I says only invest about 25 to 30% of your money and then save the rest and buy the dips. And so that's what I did a little bit. I bought one whopping share close to closing bell of Tesla today. And I'm going to see if it pulls back more, which it'll probably pull back more. Then I'm going to buy some more and I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to check it every day. Let me see. I'm in it for the long haul. I'm in it for 3 to 5 years, right? Realistically, I'm in it for 5 to 7 years. I'm not getting rid of my Tesla. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it grow. My kids will probably inherit some of my Tesla. Those are the type of companies that's going to make you money long term, just like Apple, right? So we got to understand the difference in a hot, quick pop stock or day trading and investing. You got to understand. So you get more than just what's the hot stock here. I'm teaching you guys how to be savvy investors and how to make money. And I'm going to get to that at the end of this video. I'm doing a live experiment that I'm sharing with you guys. All right. I'm going to tell you guys something that's worth gold that will make you a lot of money, right? BFT is a great stock. I'm not going to get into all of the technicals and the PR ratios and all of that. There's enough of that on YouTube. I'm going to tell you that it's a buy. I'm going to tell you that it's a good stock. I'm telling you that it's a good long-term stock, right? And I got different brokerage accounts with different portfolios. I have this one with my, I put it with my LCA and my DraftKings, right? So what I'm going to tell you about this SPAC, because that's what this is a SPAC, special purpose acquisition company, is that there is a lawsuit by Wise Law LLP. Now, let me tell you one of the ways I made money. There's so many different ways you can make money in the stock market. And for those of you that post, oh, this is the only way to make money, you crazy. I make money about 4 different ways in the stock market, but I'm disciplined in those 4 different ways, right? One of the ways I will tell you is this, and then there's new trends that go on. So for instance, if you Google Wise Law LLP, you will see that they've had this same frivolous lawsuit against 20 other SPACs, right? They are ambulance chasers. That's what they do. They're trying to develop a name for themselves. This is not facts, because I ain't trying to get sued by them. This is what Uncle Larry thinks. I think that they're ambulance chasers. They're trying to develop a name for them, and they could be hired by shorters, people that's trying to short the stock. For those of you that don't know, those are people that's betting they make money if the stock falls. So they have one on PaySafe. But if you look, they've had them on so many other. They had it on Hylian. They had it on Nikola. If you come up with a SPAC tomorrow, they're going to have a lawsuit. That's what they do, right? And they short the stock and they cause it to fall. But I will tell you, I've made so much money just looking for who they're going to sue. Let's talk about PLG, right? PLG did a public offering last week. That's why it's important for you guys to listen to all of the videos that I do. So what that means is, in order for them to sell more shares, and I mean Tesla and PLG, the shares that are already out are diluted in value. So that means they're worth less in value. But if you see, every time they do these public offerings, the share price always rebounds and go back. So that's a time to double down and buy more shares, right? So that's happening with Tesla. That's happening with PLG, which is Platinum Group, right? So now I'm going to show you something. Look at this chart, right? So on this chart, I'm taking around $15,000. All right, this is hotter than the BFT and all of the hot stock that everybody are talking about. Oh, this stock is hot, or this stock is hot. I want to share this with you guys. I took $15,000, and as you could see, I bought 500 shares of VGAC, but I bought 2,500 shares of the warrants of VGAC. As you could see, today alone, I'm up 17% on the shares, but I'm up 24% on the warrants. And for those of you asking, then why buy the warrants? Because I'm making more money. Now, I'm not going to exercise the warrants on this play. I'm just going to sell them. I could sell them tomorrow and make this money. But also in PLG, as you can see, it had a 14% pullback. So now, what this experiment is I'm trying to see how quick I can double my money. I want to turn $15,000 into $30,000 in a short period of time. See, these are the plays that no one else is talking about. These are the stock that are not the hot stock, not the hot EVs. You know, though VGAC is a SPAC, but it's not the hot one right now. There's not a lot of people talking about it. There's some people talking about it, but it's not a lot of people talking about it. There's not a lot of people talking about PLG. But as you could see, I bought all of these stock last Friday. And as you could see, I'm up on PLG 39% in total, VGAC 17%, and the VGAC warrants, I'm up 24%. I'm already making money if I sell it right now. And so what PLG did, they did the public offering, but it actually happened today. So I'm expecting to rebound back. So for those of you that saw it took a dip, don't worry about it. I'm chilling. So if I'm trying to see how much money I can make with these stock before Christmas, because it's going to be profit taking for me. So I'm going to sell some stock and then I'm going to protect my investments. And what I'm going to do from that period until the beginning of the year is I'm putting a trailing stop loss on all of my stock, all of them, because I'm protecting my investments, right? And for those of you that are asking what is a trailing stop loss, again, I'm going to leave a video link up here. I think it's one of the most important videos for right now, fourth quarter, Christmas going into New Year, that you guys need to know, especially you newbies, to protect your gains, right? And a lot of you ask what percentage. As you could see, PLG is down 14% today. So if I would have set a trailing stop loss like I did before, it would have sold all of my shares. So look at PLG, look at that W on the right end. That is for a wash sale. So I had it set at 10% on Monday, I believe it was, and I had it set at 5%, and it sold all my stock. That was a mistake. So then I bought it back in. But when you buy back in lower than what it sold, and it's less than a 30-day period, you say I'm going to buy back in at this price, but it buys in at a higher price because that's a wash sale, and they do that for tax reasons. Okay. And so the lesson in this today is don't just chase the hot stock. Don't just chase SPACs. Don't just chase EVs. There's other stock that's making good money. This is good money, people. I want to share it with you guys. I want you guys to eat too. I don't want to just be fat. I want you guys to be fat too, our pockets. Not health-wise, because we're doing better since COVID, right, fam? All right, so that's what I want you guys to understand. If you learned anything from this lesson about looking for other stock and other plays and other plays on warrants, if you learn anything, leave me a comment. If you learned not to panic and don't sell your PLG, leave me a comment on that. If you say, you know what, you right on Tesla, maybe I need to buy these dips because I'm buying these dips, leave me a comment on that. If you learn something about these lawsuits, well, I'll tell you, Wise Law LLP are ambulance chasers in my book. These are not facts. This is what I think. So I'm not defaming them. They're lawyers, y'all. I ain't trying to get sued. But I'm just trying to educate you guys that let's just say the shorters really like them because they go after every SPAC known to man. Okay? And if you literally, I kid you guys not, the easiest money I made is just following who they were in the early days of the SPAC, who they were suing, and I would buy the stock and they would always come back after their lawsuit. You're welcome. All right. So I'm going to leave you guys with one last thing and tell me what you think of this also. So leave me a comment on this also. So I looked into my analytics and I found out that 85% of the people who listen to me are male, about 85%. And only about 15% are women. Okay? So let's think about that for a minute. That means that your daughters, your wives, your girlfriends, they're not privy to this. We got to change that. All right? We got to change that. So there's a couple that I know. He is a secure man because not only did he open up himself an account, he opened his wife up an account, and weekly she picks her stock, he picks his stock. They both listen to the page. But at the end of the week, they look at each other's page, and to be honest with you, she killing him. But what he said to me is really crazy good. Guys, listen to me. Y'all missing it. He said to me, my wife used to be like, hey, I want these shoes. I want these shoes. Now she's like, wait a minute. My money is better in the market. So it's a win-win. There's more money going into the household. Yes, what I'm telling you is, Have your wife subscribe to me and open her up a brokerage account. Put your girlfriend on. Put your daughter on. Put your nieces on. Guys, we got to do better than this. 15%? Man, we got to educate these women. There's single women, single moms out there. Like, we got sisters. Like, we got to get this going, okay? So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to end with this. I found a young lady through search. I found a young lady. I am going to produce her show. And she's a millennial. She's only 22. And I'm going to have her speak to women. But more importantly, I want her to speak to the millennials. I'm going to train her. I'm going to teach her. I'm going to coach her. And then she's going to go off and be great. But I want the millennials to look at me, yes. But I also want them to look at her, because she's going to find her own stock. And she's going to help your kids, your nieces, your nephews, and your wives and girlfriends invest in money. All right. So, hey, if you making all the money, that's great. But if your wife, your daughter, your girlfriends, they making money too, man. All right. It's time for us, the common man and woman, to get some of this money that these institutions are getting. Remember this in closing. Half of America's wealth is owned by 1%. That's not balanced, people. That's not fair. Now, is it their fault that is that way? Nope, it's not. It's not the rich fault that is that way. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to make a bold statement. It's your fault, because you're not coming to the table, right? And I don't mean you guys. You guys are here. I know I'm preaching to the choir. You guys are here listening to me, trying to do better financially. It's our fault, because the money's there for us, right? And the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just, but we got to position ourselves, right? And we got to come to the table so we can eat, all right? And so we doing well. I got a comment from a retired war vet, disabled war vet. Man, I'm humbled that you're listening to me. The 15-year-old kid that commented, that's getting into it, man, that's the stuff that gives me joy. The 13-year-old kid that comment, if you listen, I want you to comment again. I'm going to just start highlighting you guys. That's what's giving me joy. And all the ladies that's following me, that's killing it. Spread the word to your sisters, your daughters. That's what I like. And for the common guys like me and you know I got this on. I had to go to these meetings, but hey, I'm the average Joe, And so I don't want to get preachy. I'm going to stop right there. I know, but hey, and I appreciate you guys with the suggestions and hey, what about this stock? What about that stock? I love that, because you guys are helping everybody eat. Okay. Hey, as always, live, love, laugh, and learn.